Boys, I have it.
Uh-oh.
The Beans hat.
Oh my god.
Where is this from?
This is the hat I'm going to give Carson Hocevar when I see him.
All right.
He always wearing some goofy ass hat, and I have the Beans hat now.
Wow. Welcome to Shrimp Hours, episode 14. I'm your host, DriveThrough. We got the usual suspects here. We got Cody, we got Ed, we got Slap, we got Rusty. How we doing?
We got Beans Cap.
Hello.
We got Beans Cap apparently.
We got buckers.
We got multiple buckers.
We got
All
fat buckers and skinny buckers. Take your pick. Let's know down in the comments.
All right. Oh Jesus Christ! I just peaked the mic so hard. I apologize.
These things happen.
All right. First segment. We're jumping into it straight away. Las Vegas NASCAR. 5 minutes on the clock. How the hell was it?
I slept through it.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't watch any of it. I did not watch any of it at all.
Hey, Bubba Wallace is based.
Is that what he calls it?
Is that what he calls it?
Attempted murder.
In
most is yes.
He didn't even admit to it though. That's kind of limp.
Yeah.
What did he say? His steering went out. What did he say? I didn't actually listen to it.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, my steering went out." He just so happened to be there.
Damn.
While he's full throttle on the telemetry, because we all know if that
At least
your steering's hung to the left and you're heading towards the pits, we're just gonna keep our foot on the gas. Yeah, that's how we always do it. Damn.
Yeah, what an animal.
At least admit up to it. At least admit to it. Yeah, shout out. Yeah,
Kyle Larson honestly should have thrown his helmet.
Well,
like as soon as like Bubba Wallace goes up to him, he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like, dude, you just hooked me at like 180 miles an hour. Should have just wound up through that fucking helmet, just beamed him right in the head.
I don't know if Kyle Larson
is like, you know, if you
that.
didn't get a concussion from that wreck, I'm gonna give you one.
I don't at all fault Bubba for wanting to throw hands. What bothers me is that literally the afternoon after the morning
took
that
out his own car.
His teammate announced his retirement because he's basically suffered, like, let's face it, irreparable brain damage from that Pocono wreck. Yeah, let's choose that time to right rear someone on straightaway going 180 miles an hour.
And
time and a place.
If you look at the clip, if Larson didn't clip Bell before hitting the wall, he would have done the rear end corner into the fence, like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, instead it was just a flush driver impact, so he was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't get hurt, so Bubba then got in there and tried to give him some. Larson wasn't taking it.
Larson he was out of the playoffs before that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he fucked it at the Roval.
I was about to say, if he was still in the playoffs, like just deliver that dish cold. Like going into Phoenix, just punt him.
Shout out to Bubba though. He junked his own car. He did not follow rule number one of stock car
the
racing.
Best race car he's ever driven. The best car at 2311 trashes it. Just completely trashes it.
Because he got walled.
It wasn't that damaged before, like he went head on. Like, yeah, he had a little right side damage. You can buff that out. And
so he put out
that's what I'm at with it. Like, let that one slide and then like find some spot later, maybe next year, where you can hurt him the most. That's the Jimmy Spencer, Matt Kenseth rule of revenge. Is you're like, all right, okay, and then you just wait until the moment that you can hurt this man the most. You know, just wife divorces him. He's like barely on the ropes in the second round of the playoffs.
Hit him while he's down.
Punt him out of the way.
The other thing is he took out Toyota Racing teammate Christopher Bell, who just worked his ass off to get in the playoffs and got absolutely boned. He's like basically out unless he wins now, right?
Yeah, he's like.
I mean, it wasn't a high chance that Bell wasn't going to make the final four, but the whole story of last week was Christopher Bell won the race to make it in the round, and then his teammate got angry at someone else, two guys who weren't in the playoffs, and took him out.
Well, we all know how far Austin Dillon went after that magical story about how he advanced at Daytona.
So Bubba put out an apology tweet today, which was kind of bound to happen. I'm surprised.
for what happened after the incident, not the actual incident.
Yeah, he apologized for throwing hands. Don't apologize for throwing hands. Apologize for like intentionally wrecking the dude at 180 miles an hour. Like, I'm not at all upset for him wanting to like shove him and be upset afterwards, but dude, keep it off the track.
He didn't even throw a punch. He just like shoved him around a little bit.
And even like incidents where we've had intentional retaliation in the past, like Kenseth at Logano, that's a short track. Like, you're not going nearly as fast. And that wasn't like literally the morning of Kenseth's teammate announcing his retirement after suffering a concussion that he pretty much hasn't recovered from. So
we haven't heard from NASCAR, right? Because I know a lot of people were immediately calling for. Yeah, a lot of people were calling for a suspension. Okay, so when by the time this comes out, there'll be a NASCAR announcement probably on what happened to Bubba.
Before we run out of time, shout out to NASCAR for throwing the fun flag and altering the course of this playoff in the Xfinity series. My boy had that thing wrapped up and they altered the course of history. Allmendinger's like below the cut line. Josh Berry wins. All
right, there you go. I'm going to add one more clip of NASCAR talk because Cody brought up a Bubba Wallace clip that apparently has been making the rounds from the Dale Jr. download.
I saw someone tweeted this clip. I couldn't find the original tweet, but I found like, because I've seen all these Dale Jr. download clips, so I knew exactly which video it was from.
All right, it's just like 5 seconds. I'll try and play it without getting a copyright strike. Let me make sure that people can hear it. All right, sweet.
And I didn't really think about the right rear technique until after the race, but right rearing somebody on an oval track, that's grounds for taking gloves off in the middle of a fight and getting your ass whooped, right?
Shout out to Bubba. But apparently in his book this week, you right rear someone and then you take your own gloves off and try and fight someone. So
after
it was an interesting strategy. Like the wreck didn't finish him, so like.
And for the record, Larson never made contact. I mean, he got pushed up, but he also could have backed off. Bubba put himself into the wall.
He got bodied.
Also initiated the fucking bonsai 3-wide pass.
No, Bubba got squeezed into the fence.
But you look at Harvick. Harvick backed off. Bubba easily could have done the same.
It's true.
Harvick like cut underneath and was in front of both of them.
Bubba was there first. That's his position.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, if it had just been him getting doored into the wall, I would have said, "Hey, it's just one of those racing deals. You know, shit happens." And if after the race he wants to like hunt him down, like Kevin Harvick did at Bristol versus Greg Biffle that one time back, what was it, 2002, the spring race? Mm-hmm. If he just wants to like lurk in the shadows, wait till the race is over, and then just like
jump on the car,
jump him in the pits and just like throw haymakers at him, like go for it, dude.
Run across the roof of his car to get to him.
And like jump in and like get like right up next to his face, like pull him in with the camera like right there, and just be like, "I'm gonna get you, motherfucker."
Yeah. For the record, Larson certainly squeezed Bubba. He absolutely squeezed him. He never made contact though. The only contact was Bubba into the wall.
Well, and then the ensuing stuff.
Yeah, the only initial contact, I should say.
All right, next segment. What's Twitter doing? There wasn't a lot of craziness on Twitter, but there was this weird tweet the other day from Mark Martin, because he did his little parade thing in the old car, and
come on,
kind of a weird one where he was like, "Hey, this is a great experience," but also just calls out RFK for not showing up. So he posted this one yesterday, and then today he went back and did it again.
Damn.
He probably like showed up at like the 99 and 16 pit boxes to say hi, and they're like, "Yo, Mark, we ain't Roush anymore. Sorry."
I will say there was a PR, like a high level PR person from RFK who gave a response and said basically, "Yeah, sorry, buddy, we fucked up." Anyway. Damn. Tough. So I wonder if he was promised something that didn't happen, or if they're just trying to mitigate the social media thing, because all the kids are going, ooh, RFK, they don't treat their old drivers well.
Yeah, when Mark Martin like announced this, it was like the Friday before, and I don't know if there was like communication between him and RFK, but that would have been really cool to like see Brad Keselowski like turn a lap and then Mark turn a lap in it, and that would have been badass.
Yeah,
so it was a big missed opportunity for them.
I'm just going to chalk it up to really, really poor communication. That sounds kind of nerdy on the corporate side, but that's, I think, what it came down to.
Yeah,
but even though when you see the 6 car out there, you can see the 6 car out there, and Mark Martin's there. So I don't know how when he gets out, I don't know. Like, especially on the social side, like they have an A+ team, but like I feel like you got to follow that car wherever it goes, and as soon as it gets out, you got to do something. So I'm sure they don't feel good about it, and it just mistakes happen or opportunities slip. But
how badass would it be to see Mark Martin driving like Brad's 6 and then Brad driving JR51 and then I have them do a parade lap? That would have been so fucking cool. They just dropped the ball. Yeah, I think it was just bad communication. I think it was something that popped up at the last second, and I just don't think they made it full.
But
there's no blame, no blame on RFK, no blame at all.
It could still happen. Mark Martin will be around for a while.
Yeah, they definitely didn't intentionally ghost him. I don't think it was just an oversight or something. They're probably busy. Yeah, the proper people weren't texted. Shout out to the Road America shirt, DT.
Oh yeah.
Jockey.
Shout out to the Made in America shirt that Canadian's wearing. But it was free from Road America, so shout out. There was nothing else going on Twitter really this week, right? Not that I saw.
Just Bubba stuff.
Yeah, Bubba.
Yeah, I don't even want to go into that. I feel like he's always under the microscope. If he does anything bad, people go crazy. But it's also
I'll say this, like he's been a little bit of a hothead since his ARCA East debut. I remember it's 2012, I think, the K&N East race at Bowman Gray Stadium. Yeah, where he like gets into like some fight with this other dude.
Corey LaJoy, I thought, wasn't it?
No,
or was he the one that won? Because I watched your video on that particular race. Like
Corey LaJoy won that race, and he gets into it with Ben Kennedy. Or some other like
that's sick.
Yeah, some other racer like in that division. I don't think it was Ben Kennedy. Ben Kennedy had that wreck coming with somebody else down to the line, like it was like side by side. But he gets into it with somebody. I think there's a driver today, but yeah, he just gets into it. They have like this fight. They start yelling at each other, like
it was Brett Moffitt,
shoving, and then like
Moffitt.
Brett Moffitt, yeah. They start pushing and shoving, and then eventually a cop gets involved to break it up, and he pushes the cop out of the way. The cop gets up to him like, "You don't do that."
All right.
Incredibly based, by the way.
Next segment. This is going to be a hefty one.
Out of the way. See how it works out.
I'd like to apologize to all the audio listeners. I'll do my best, but it's drip or drown, and we got to talk about some paint schemes. I gotta say, overall, this weekend might be one of the best ever for paint schemes, and you will see why. It was a very
drippy week.
Starting with a little blurry photo, but actually kind of looks sick. The Brad Keselowski King's Hawaiian car. I talked shit about the blue and orange one from earlier this season, and I maintain it looked like ass. But now they got the orange and brown, and the non-chrome number looks sick. I'm sorry, sometimes the chrome 6 looks cool, but this week the plain white 6 looks awesome. I love it. Yes. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't know why they ever did that blue car, because this orange makes sense. The King's Hawaiian, the actual like packaging is orange. So
it was a specific type of like King's Hawaiian roll that they were advertising with that blue car, but this is sick. This is great. I like the little crowns along it.
I gotta say, I really like the blue and orange. Like those two colors just go well together. But this is sick.
It's drippy.
It also has big Cleveland Browns vibes.
Oh yeah, I guess it does. Where do you finish?
17th, I believe.
All right, yeah, big Cleveland Browns energy.
I think that was a lap down in stage 1.
Definitely a dog pound inhabitant.
I'm gonna put this into a high moist. I think. Solid.
That's drip. It's drip.
Yeah, but we'll show it through a few more today.
We inevitably have that Cleveland airport race. We can always dust off this old scheme, put the Cleveland Browns on it.
There you go.
All right. Next up, Optic Gaming, number 7, Spire, Corey LaJoy. This probably isn't the greatest photo of it. They had a pretty cool render of it. I don't know what Optic Gaming is. Apparently there's some esports team, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's an old esports
and pretty
team.
big.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Spire has always these like weird marketing tie-ins. Stuff like this. I don't know. I wouldn't see this on any other car. Optic Gaming's a big esports team. Anyway, looks pretty good.
I don't like it.
Really?
It looks like a 70.
With the number.
Yeah, It
It's
looks
just a bad
weird.
photo.
In
It's just
what
a bad photo.
universe?
I think it's a bad photo. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a
With
better one
with
here.
a centered number, it'd work, but they got the number pushed forward, so like
I
whatever
agree. I
your
agree.
logo is, it inevitably like bleeds into the number. And
Hold on,
so
let me
if
try
you have
and-
an O leading as your
Right.
Here's
logo,
a better
it looks
picture.
like a 70.
Right on
I
that
feel
one,
like
it kind of does look like a 70.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
imagine
feel
that.
like the-
Imagine
Man.
the at speed being like at Las Vegas and like trying to like find that car.
Yeah, but
like,
there's
out on
two
the
different
track.
colors.
From a quick glance, that looks like what the Kurt Busch Monster Energy car should have been.
Yeah.
With a little
Yeah.
design and stuff.
Anyway. All right.
I like
we're putting this. This is damp.
Yeah.
Damp.
All right. That's fair.
Say
Let me,
moist, but all right.
all right. Next up, we got to talk about the Joey Logano race winning car.
Yeah.
His Pennzoil, like the Las Vegas schemes over the last few years, have been banging. Okay, this is what his primary car should have been without the stupid red stripe. It is plain ass yellow, but when you look closely, it has these little the Pennzoil effects that has been on the car the past few years. But just the yellow, red numbers, massive logo on the side. Actually looks great with the yellow playoff stuff too. Bam.
That's
Pretty
it.
much-
That's the scheme. Just a base color with corporate
Yeah.
logos on it.
Pretty
it's
much
got-
the
it's got this
perfect race
stuff on
car. This
You
thing is a
can't see.
banger.
No, nobody noticed that on TV.
I know, but it's
or in
cool.
person.
They spend time putting details in.
No,
It's pretty
no,
moist.
it's-
This
No,
is a
dude,
drip.
no. This is
Drown
the perfect.
sick.
This is the
Drown.
perfect next gen car. This is as good
damp.
as it gets. It's just I'm
damp.
not big on the
Damn.
colors. I'm not big on the colors, but this is the pinnacle
No,
of
the
what it could be.
the colors are great. They contrast. Everything's great.
Well,
It's
right,
just,
right.
Like there's no
But-
scheme there. You have like this little like indents.
Nah.
It's like
Nah.
mesh, like a mesh
this thing's a
padding on a
banger.
backpack or some bullshit like that nobody can see unless you're looking at it through a fucking HD lens and a fucking microscope.
I think this thing's sick. It's way better than a standard car,
Drown.
that's for sure.
Damn.
Drown.
It's
damp.
doist.
All right. Oh yeah, there's it from the side.
Oh
Next
my
up,
God, look at
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Big Wave Kona
Mm.
Brewing Co. A little bit bushy, but kind of cool. Not something we've seen a lot of on the 47. I like this.
Definitely need to make that big wave font bigger.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that
It
little
is tiny.
wave like clip art thing with the dudes canoeing was like a whale at first with like the,
Dude, I thought that too at first. Like
that
if you,
blue
like,
spot looks like an eye, and then like the canoe looks like the bottom jaw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kind of nice. A good concept. I don't know if I'm huge on the just like a wave with no horizon is just kind of there on a blue car. I don't know. Cool concept.
Yeah, that's probably why it looks like a whale, like at first glance. Like if you're like not purely focused on it,
I would put this
maybe
into
just
like
have a bigger big wave logo and just a canoe.
a low
or
damp,
just a wave.
perhaps. Yeah. Anyway,
There's potential
Uh,
there.
you
I would
want me to
say
talk about this
very
car?
moist.
Ed, did you want me to talk about this car?
Yeah,
Ty
it's just
Dillon,
kind of
Lucky 29 vodka. I kind of like it.
Nah, what the hell's going on with the nose? Like,
Oh, I
what's-
like that one.
It's a bit of a, it's like a Blackbeard
sounded
type thing
sincere.
with the nose.
The nose looks good.
It's a little plain for me.
I
Dog.
feel like there's a bit of space here that they could have used. They could have moved the logo a
That's
little bit
droopy.
closer to the number.
You know,
yeah,
what that
I
looks like?
it.
It looks like Austin Dillon's number 3 Dow Chemicals scheme.
Hmm.
Yeah, if they took half the decals off of it, maybe.
Yeah.
It is a little bit plain, but I like it. I think it's pretty classy. Oh,
Now we're
this
talking.
is up there.
Ooh.
The Alex Bowman Ally online painter thing with the lightning and the bats. Listen, I've been asking for it for years. We finally have an Ally hood that doesn't look stupid. It just says Ally on it, and it's got a little design, and it looks sick. It doesn't have all the nonsense on it.
Oh,
And
it's
the
like,
lightning on the side,
it's like
cute
pink
as hell.
for breast cancer awareness. It's nice. I like it. Drippy. Drip.
Yeah.
Was
Easy
Bowman driving the
That's
car
true.
this week? I missed
No.
like half the race.
No.
Oh, wait, who was driving this?
Noah.
Oh right, Alex
I almost got a
Bowman's
top
out.
10, but fucking choked it to Dylan in the last lap.
I'll be honest, I didn't notice that Alex Bowman stopped racing. Forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he's
Shout out to
out.
not Alex. Okay, another thing. This is not drip or drown related. I think it's really stupid that NASCAR puts someone's name on the car when they're not driving the car. I thought the whole point of the banners was that we know who's driving the car. This thing says Bowman all over it. I understand that he's injured, but like, just
The
put
windshield-
Gragson's
you're right.
name on it.
How
You're
hard
right,
is it
the
to pop those
windshield-
windshields out though?
It's not. No, they make a point of putting the injured driver's name on the car, which I think is just counterintuitive.
I think you're.
Yeah, it's
I never
stupid.
thought about this honestly. I think you're absolutely right. The windshield and rear window should be the real driver's
Yeah,
name.
it's
100%,
been
for
upsetting me
sure.
all season with Ty Gibbs running a car that says Kurt Busch on it. Like, I understand the sentiment. Put it on the name rail even, because they'll
Yes,
put
yes.
tributes or whatever on the name rail all the time. But the whole point of the banners front and rear is that you know as a fan who's driving the race car. And I just
Another-
messed it up because I didn't know who's driving the race car.
Another random thing I noticed this week, and kind of along the same lines. In the ticker, the TV ticker, it still specifies Kyle Busch, which I found interesting since Kurt isn't racing anymore. He's the only Busch in the
Oh.
field. So
I guess I didn't bother changing the system. Anyway, I should have brought me on this screen for this rant, but I think it's stupid. Put the damn driver's name on it. Like that.
Yeah, the
don't
name rail has always been stylized with like a signature, but the banners have on the front and back windshield have always been like a standard block text because you can easily see it from the stands.
It's like the name on the back of a jersey, you know, in sports. Has anyone? Do people wear other people's names on their jerseys?
He hate me.
Like, no.
The XFL, you could choose like your nickname and put
Rest
it
in
on your
peace to the
jersey.
XFL, by the
Yeah,
way.
but that's still like the person who's playing. Anyway, it's
He
just,
hate me.
next up, Haley Deegan, pristineauction.com, Xfinity debut. Cute as
Blackbeard
fuck.
has never missed. He's never missed.
It's so good. I even love how he got pristineauction.com despite the gas cap being in the way.
Yep.
He just kind of like dropped the .com, but he has this little design that like goes up to it and it looks cute. Banger.
Drip.
Honestly, kind of a fan of the little logo out here too.
Ah. You
Like
know
it's
what?
almost classic in a way.
The little
If-
gradients make it look like candy paint. It's gorgeous.
Mm.
You know
Like,
what
look
this,
at the number.
You know what this paint scheme reminds me of?
Yeah.
Like the Canadian national team. Like if this was like a Canadian like team, this would be drippy as fuck.
This I actually love this number too. This number's banging. This is like just a fat drip, just a good looking car. Shout out to Haley Deegan. Also decent run. I think this is the last. No, second to last. Daniel Hemrick, Allsco uniforms.
Was this new this
Um,
week? I feel like I'd never seen this one before.
Yeah, this is new this week. This is a Kyle Williams design. I don't. This photo's also sick. This actually looks like a
Yeah,
render.
good photo. Yeah,
I
it's
love
hot.
it.
Anyway, this car looks sick. Love
like
it. Love the number with the yellow outline. I love the two different greens where you've got like the dark green going through the middle here. Sick. Love me a spiky
I
car.
feel like the Alsco logo needs a yellow outline. Same as a number.
Nah, it looks great.
No, it helps it pop out more. If it's just like a standard white, it just kind of.
But it looks so
blends into the
clean
neon
with
green.
no outlines on it.
I like how
It, like
big it is too.
the design was made around the logo to be that big and to be that clean with nothing going through behind it. You don't have to give it an outline. Anyway, big fan of that
I don't
one.
know. Maybe my eyes are just fucked up.
Last
dude.
one.
Dude,
Last
he's-
one.
like, he doesn't
Trevor
miss.
Bayne,
He doesn't
Devotion.
miss.
It's another Blackbeard design,
He
and it's a
doesn't miss.
birthday cake special. It looks sick.
Dude. It's got the product. It's
It
got
does?
the confetti, like little
It's so
sprinkles.
cute.
And then the number I feel like is like different looking than like a typical Joe Gibbs car. This thing is it's just a banger. Absolute banger.
Yeah, it's so good. It's oh my god. You can see like the sort of similarities in Blackbeard's style, but the number with no outlines looks sick. The little birthday cake stuff is cute as hell.
It's got an outline.
Well, yeah,
Black.
it does it so it doesn't clash with the white down here. But I'm saying generally the no outline number, along with the no outline logo, is banging.
Dude,
He did the little
dude.
logo thing here again. Ooh,
I'm
Oh, yeah, that's
honestly
because
impressed
the
that
colors contrast.
I'm impressed this thing got improved because this feels like the designer's dream, and I'm like,
Mhm.
and it feels like the corporate would have been like, nah, you got to put multiple strokes on the 18. We need this and that. That thing's a banger.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Gibbs for letting Blackbeard.
Shoot. Damn.
Rip.
Man
We
down.
good there? Oh, is that the whole keyboard?
Oh no, he's
Trouble.
dead.
I just slipped off
my
the back of the
controller.
table. There we go.
Shout out to Joe Gibbs for letting Blackbeard do his work, kid.
Yes.
Denny finally has a good car this year thanks to Blackbeard. We love it. Anyways, tons of drips this week. I hate to go on about paint schemes for so long because I know there are people who listen to this podcast on audio platforms, but god damn, pretty cars in Las Vegas. Shout out to the designers. They look great. All right, next segment. We're zipping through it.
Let's do it.
I don't think I've noticed like the turkey sound before that you dropped it there.
Yeah, dude, we got every animal with an ad lib.
Tons of
That's pretty
animals.
solid. All right, Animal Planet is where we talk about animals. Cody, where the hell were you this week? Did you get any animals?
Not really. I was.
Oh man,
Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, I was down in St. Louis, Tri-City Speedway. We had 2 nights live on Flow. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't have any real interactions with any fans. I was just so busy and pressed for time both days. I was, yeah.
yeah, understandable. I mean, this is
not too many stories. So I
race
might have
night
to-
number what 87 and 88 for you on the year.
86 and 87.
Still nuts.
Yeah,
That counts like
You're
Road
averaging,
America
like, 2
too.
per
So.
week.
Yeah, still.
But,
all
we might
right,
have to
shout
go
out
into the
St. Louis, I
archives.
guess.
We have to go to the archives or ask the fellow shrimps for any potential animals they may have encountered recently.
I got animals at work. If you
There we go.
want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told you guys about this on Friday. Just people
Excuse me.
walking down like the street when there's a perfectly good sidewalk right there,
Oh yeah.
and they just want to walk on like the shoulder of the street instead of the actual sidewalk that is meant for them to walk on it. Sidewalk is like brand new, even there's no cracks in it, nothing. They just don't want to use it. They'd rather turn their back to traffic and go walk in the frickin' street. There are kids out there, and I'm like driving around in my like package truck trying to make deliveries and everything. You know, the mailman's out there trying to make deliveries and all that, and these animals out here walking around in the road. And I'm just like, why do people not want to use the sidewalk? It's right there. It's meant for you to go walk on it. And there's one dude, this isn't even on like a road, this is like a highway. And there's like a sidewalk that goes for like a full mile, like right there next to the highway, because there's a lot of different neighborhoods and subdivisions in there. So this is meant for you to like walk on the side of the road to the next neighborhood over if your friends or family live over there, whatever. And this guy, he's out for a run, shirtless. He's just out there for a jog or whatever. He's not using the sidewalk. He's on the shoulder of the road. Why? Why do these people do this?
It's so
These
like
animals
unnecessarily
throwing themselves
dangerous.
out into traffic.
Nah, everybody loves
Why?
playing Frogger, man. Everybody loves Frogger. Come on.
I was like some people have said like, oh, I have the right of way. I'm a pedestrian. I was like, good luck explaining that when you're fucking dead. Like, what do you think? You arrive at the pearly gates and St. Peter gives you a do-over? That's not how this works. All results are final. They cannot be overturned. It's over, man. Like, can you imagine like talking to St. Peter's like, oh, I had the right of way. I was like, yeah, well, that's too fucking bad, man. You're dead for good. I guess you'll see your family here in about 50 years when they're dead too.
Slap's going off today.
Dude, it's like 80% of the people I see are not using the sidewalk that is literally right there. You want to gamble with your life, thinking there isn't going to be some teenager texting or whatever to whoever, texting his dog while he's sitting there driving the fucking car that he shouldn't even be allowed to fucking drive, and he just rolls the fuck over you. Like, is that how you want to go out? Is that really what you want to do with your life? You have one shot, and this is how you've decided to gamble with it. I don't understand it. I see it every day. 80% of the people I see walking or out there are not on the sidewalk. They're on the road. With their
Word of
back
advice,
to traffic,
folks.
with earbuds in. They can't even hear what's going on around them.
Yeah, if you're ever walking down the street and you hear a UPS truck coming behind you, unless you're prepared to meet St. Peter, get the hell off the road.
Yeah, let it be known, streetwalkers are on notice. You will die. Fuck streetwalkers.
Use the sidewalk, please. I beg of you.
Walk on the side.
I understand if it's like a broken ass sidewalk or if it's blocked, if it's garbage day and everyone's got their bins on the
Or
sidewalk.
snow is on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
there's some like
if it's
older neighborhoods
pristine-
I go through that were built in like the 90s. They don't have sidewalks. Like I get that. Like there's no alternative. But there's like neighborhoods that were built last year. There's a sidewalk right there. It's pristine. You could eat off of it. And you just choose not to use it. Why?
That's weird. There is not a lot of that here. Like even
It's because America is such a car-centered culture that the idea of public infrastructure that is meant for the public to walk on is such a foreign concept that most people don't even it doesn't even cross their mind to use it. The only thing they know is road. I walk on road. That's it.
yeah, here
People over.
even if
People
you
have
like
gotten too comfortable.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like even if it's snowy and you're like avoiding the snow and walking on the street, you're gonna get honked at here. Like they don't let you get away with that. That's so weird that I guess in rural South Carolina or whatever, we'll just let them do as they please.
I just get it. Like even in like heavily populated areas, people just don't. It doesn't cross their mind. Use the sidewalk. It's there for a reason. They're just like, oh, I'll just walk in the street because I guess it's where all like traffic goes.
I think people see like, oh, the bicycles are commuting on the sidewalk. I need to walk on the sidewalk too. It's like,
but
no, bicycles are on the
bikes don't
road.
use the sidewalk.
No, the road. I meant say the road.
Walk. They go out on the road.
I meant say the road.
They're in the whole ass lane.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Technically,
like,
bicycles are supposed to be in the road. That's what I was getting at. But then they see that. It's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. It's like, no, bicycles are technically speaking supposed to be in the road. Pedestrians are supposed to be off the road on the fucking sidewalk.
I've got like an opposite situation here where like e-bikes are going crazy all over the city now, right? There's tons of meal delivery guys, people just going place to place on these electric bikes.
Scooters. People face planted on
Scooters.
scooters.
Yeah, or there's tons of scooters. Like they're like
do you
sit
guys
on
have
scooters.
those like ride share like scooters, or like it's like the city owns the scooters.
They didn't
or whatever,
allow them
and you-
here,
yeah.
I
I
think, because
left
they're
one of
such
those
a
in front of my
mess.
house the other day.
Yeah, people just leave them all over.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
just on. They're just dumped
Dude,
out on the
that's-
ground.
Dude, sometimes I would go to these anime conventions and there would just be like tons of scooters just like piled up out front of, in front of the entrance. And there's just no one else to like take them where they need to go. They're just like all piled up out here.
They're never like
Animals.
placed cleanly, like with a kickstand on the side. They're just totally
No,
just
yeah,
chucked.
laying on the side, laying on the side.
Shit out.
In Milwaukee, there's just scooter graveyards everywhere. You'll just see them laying in the street. You'll see ones with their handlebars ripped off. You'll see ones broken in half, missing wheels. Just it's like a chop shop for scooters.
As long as you don't take the black box, you can take that shit home, man. You just cannibalize it for parts.
They worked
it's like a
really
pl-
hard here to set up like bike stations instead of the scooters that you can just leave like anywhere.
So
That's
I feel like we used to have
crazy.
the bike racks, and then it just slowly like declined into degeneracy with the scooters, where it's just
Being
Animal
dumped in
Planet.
the street, more road
Atlanta,
debris.
Atlanta is the worst, man. I don't like. I was like looking at my buddy, and like we're like walking to the convention. I'm just like, where do they charge these things at? Because people just throw them down on the fucking ground. Like, how do they have enough juice to go the whole day? I don't
Apparently,
get it.
apparently they got trucks that people every so often come and
They
scoop them up to like to
That's the
charge
job I
the
want.
to charge the like the dead ones, and they drop replace them with charged ones that they then drop off.
America
apparently.
is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt.
What I was getting at is the e-bike delivery people crazy. They do not give a fuck. They will just head out through intersections, red lights, traffic, just go across 4 lanes, 5 lanes.
Yeah.
But the worst is when they come flying down the sidewalk. Because sometimes, like if you're downtown, they'll try and avoid the streets or whatever. But it's not like, you know, a kid biking on the sidewalk, whatever. It's these dudes with their phone on their thing doing their Uber Eats delivery. They got to go to 5 places in 5 minutes, and you're just walking on the sidewalk, and just boom, right beside you. It's crazy.
Playing Frogger across 5 lanes of traffic
I've
on a
seen people,
bicycle to make like $15 an hour.
I've seen people weaving like.
Food.
It's what?
Holy shit.
You gotta hit stick that guy and just take the food and run.
Yeah. Just clothesline.
Hey, that's
Grab
just
the
a
bag.
pinata with like gourmet food in it, man.
Damn right.
Forced fumble.
It's like a mystery box. You just punch it and eat some food.
Yeah, these guys are nuts. They will literally weave through traffic, but also just like pedestrians walking around.
I'm just picturing like a red light, 2 or 3 lanes each way, and just a guy just zipping through. Just a gap
No,
of cars.
they'll like, and they'll just use whatever's more convenient between the sidewalk or the street. So when the street's moving, they'll go on the street, and when it stops, they just hop onto the sidewalk, weave around. That's crazy, crazy. Animals, bikes, street, people, sidewalk. It's pretty simple. But I guess, you know, we got animals who can't differentiate.
When you're used to living in the wilderness, you don't know what to do with the roads and sidewalks.
Well, I was gonna say, even like animals know how to follow trails and like walk along the same way. But I guess it is like animals like deer spilling out into streets, jumping off bridges.
Dude, today I saw like a fucking 6-point buck like walking down like some neighborhood, and I like rolled up to it, and it panicked and it went and jumped into somebody's yard where there was like a wooden fence there, and it got fucking stuck. And I just the homeowner wasn't home. I like knocked on the door. I'm like, there's a deer stuck in your backyard. It might like take out like a rear window or something. And there was nobody home, so I just like I had to roll on. I was like, I guess.
So anyway, I started blasting.
I was about to say, that's dinner in your backyard right there.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on your property, I mean, there's no bag limit, right? You can just like.
Yeah, dude, it's that time of year. You guys, especially driving late at night, you got to be careful. Watch out for deer. On my way from St. Louis to my grandma's last night, like a 7-ish hour drive in the middle of the night. I shit you not, I probably saw 20 dead deer on the side of the road.
Damn.
And every single one of those is like, oh, that was a deer to car impact where that car is now totaled.
Yeah,
dude, like I drove up to
your car.
Charlotte. I drove up to Charlotte like last week. I on the drive to Charlotte, just one way, I saw 6 dead deer on the way up.
Oh my god.
One of them got skidded by like a semi truck or something, dude. That thing got drugged for a minute.
It's
Oh,
just a pile
Micron.
of pulp by the end of it.
Dude, there wasn't even like there was like a red stain, and then it turned to like green where the bile from its stomach got like
yeah.
spurted out.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, I didn't know
no.
deer could turn that color. God damn.
Well,
Rest in peace,
you're
Bambi.
welcome to anyone who was just eating during this conversation.
Jesus Christ. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Hey,
we've
if you
just
I
had-
didn't even tell
if
you
you
about the like the multitude of possums I see every day.
Hey, shout out to Dale Jr. on Twitter
dude,
today.
I think I've seen a living possum like twice. All the other ones have been dead on the side of the road.
Dude, I saw that one fucker like a month ago that greeted me like on the stairs to my door when I came home in the middle of the night. I'm like, I see something moving, and I also am like, oh, what the fuck is that? It turns around, looks at me, this possum with these giant ass fangs. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm just gonna slowly walk
Did
back.
you see Dale Jr.? Yeah. He had the possum stuck in the engine compartment to one of his cars.
Holy shit.
I don't know how that
went
even
all the way
happened.
from Vegas to Charlotte.
Dude went for a ride.
he doesn't even know where he's at.
I think he's
I didn't
never
even
gonna
know
see
the
his family
possums in
again.
Las Vegas. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, what the hell?
That's nuts.
Dude,
I saw-
dude, what if he's actually like from North Carolina and he like
I was gonna
threw it
say,
away
what
in
if-
the trailer
He's
for
going home?
like for a
He's
fucking
like,
week
"Nah, I'll
and then like
come
came back.
Bro,
That's
he's
like a
never
movie.
gonna see his family again. He is gone. He is dead to them.
There's a missing poster for that possum in Las Vegas somewhere. Have you seen this possum? Dude, I saw a big ass rat in my alley like earlier today. I'm like, oh.
Big rat.
energy.
Dude, I was
We
blown
gotta
away.
get off the Animal Planet, man. We gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Nah, big rat show.
I actually want to.
Yeah, like how are we gonna? Like, I mean, he brought up a. I don't know.
That's pretty much the
rat.
story.
The story about a big rat.
That's pretty much the story. I went to my alley because I had to pick something up. And then I was leaving, and I was like, also on the screen, it's like, oh, there's a big ass rat leaving one of the trash
The rat
cans.
with the whole pizza in its mouth.
All right, next segment.
Okay, I don't want to kill the mood, but I do want to bring it back to NASCAR talk real quick, just for like a minute. They're bringing
Real
rain
talk.
tires to ovals. They're finally doing it. I've been talking about this for years. The
As
only
long as I've known
problem,
you.
the only problem is that Goodyear's developing it, which means it's probably going to be ass. If like literally, if we had like Michelin or a decent tire manufacturer at NASCAR, we'd have had rain tires years ago. I've been saying for years, it's possible. It's been done. It's just that we're busy spending money on friggin' jet dryers and blowers and this massive team of trucks that drive around race to race just to blow the track dry so that we can cancel the race and run it the next day. Stupid. Glad we're finally doing rain tires. And I've been saying it for years. Finally, they're listening. All right, that's it. That's my rain tire rant. It's happening.
That's
Can we get a boo in the chat for Goodyear?
Yeah, fuck Goodyear.
This you suck.
All right. Next segment. It is the media check-in. What the heck have we been playing and watching this week? I will start because literally 1 hour ago we were playing poker on Discord. Apparently Discord added a bunch of like in voice chat games and stuff. Kind of slick. The
Like their own
experience was great.
proprietary like game. Like it's a
Yeah.
Discord game.
Just
Yeah.
in-app
Yeah, a
games,
little
yeah.
rocket ship down there.
Oh, okay.
And it's lit.
It's super.
Yeah.
It's just like a painless poker experience. Like it's super smooth. It just plays well.
They
We
have
do
like
it within our
YouTube
Discord window.
watch-alongs. They have all kinds of shit in there.
They have golf apparently. I've been told.
What?
Yeah.
So it's
We'll be
putt-putt
messing with
or
that a
like
lot this
real
week.
golf.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
Someone said
putt-putt.
golf. So shout out to Discord. It's pretty cool. Other than that, what have we been playing? I've been cracked out making GTA tracks again. It's too much fun. I don't know. I love making tracks, and you may see them in some content soon.
Been playing Bleem. There it is. Beam recently.
Oh yeah.
Lame.
Oh yeah.
Lots of Beam.
Oh yeah. Cody got a
Big beat research.
huge PC upgrade, and now he can just destroy BeamNG.
Love those dynamic reflections.
Dude, you turned literally everything all the way up and ran at like 4K 60 frames, no problem. On Beam. Cody got a
Why?
3090
That's
Ti,
hot.
and I'm very jealous.
That's why I got it. Yeah,
was
busted my ass this year.
nuts.
I decided to treat myself.
Write that off on taxes. Hell yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a business expense. I'm making content.
We've been watching anything this week? Do you guys want to do Hot D?
Hot D.
Hot.
Dude,
I watched fucking
Dude,
Moneyball.
this was the one, man. This was the one. This was the high tower coup. So everything up to this point has been leading up to this. Everything else was backstory and setup. This is the meat. This and
tons of
going into
meat.
season 2. This is the meat.
The meat. I was told there was
Shouts out to
a.
Aemon Targaryen. He's based.
It's got a
I was
Game
to-
of Thrones goblet. Jesus.
I was told there were feet as well. Can we get a foot check?
There was a feet meme. There was a
Casual?
feet moment.
Casual.
So Laris Strong is like the Weasley like little brother of like House Strong, and he like killed his family to like get where he is and all that shit. And so
What's
of
he
course
doing?
he has to be a foot dude. He has to be a rat.
Oh, is there like a specifically like fetishized foot art?
Yeah, he like whips his dick out, and just starts jacking it when he sees feet.
Oh my god. Dan Schneider.
It's bad, dude. Like when that happened, I was like, oh man, Rusty's gonna be like down bad.
I didn't realize it was that blatant. Jesus Christ.
It was like a slow burn with the foot reveal, and then all of a sudden his dick's out. Like,
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey.
These things happen.
Thank you for
Like,
removing
she
all
takes her
doubt.
takes her shoes off, and I'm just like, well, that was kind of weird. There's like some tension here, and then she takes her
Yeah, yeah.
socks off on top of it, and it's just like, oh, so we're doing this now, okay?
Thanks for removing all doubt as to why I've never watched a bit of that series.
Who's the writer for this episode?
Franchise.
No, he's like total rat territory. Like this
I look
guy,
like a rat.
I hope this guy dies by the end of this series. I really do, because he isn't talked about that much in the books, so it's like kind of open ended about how much sway he has. And so I hope he ends up dead.
Somebody's got to get bonked for that one.
Lara Strong. If the actor who plays him is listening in a 1 in a billion shot, I just want to say, you killed it, man. You nailed the part. I hate this motherfucker.
Yes, I agree. He just, it feels real. Like it feels like a real weirdo. Like,
Ed, you said you watched Moneyball this week?
I watched Moneyball like
In the
3 hours
baseball
before we
mood?
did this show. Yeah, I was in a big baseball mood. It was a good movie. It was. If you don't watch baseball, you probably would think like this movie stinks. But if you love baseball, I was like,
I watched it when it came
Pretty
out, and
solid.
I don't care that much about baseball. I thought it was good. It's on my list of like rewatch movies that I haven't rewatched.
I haven't
thought it
seen
was
that
good.
movie, but I've seen like the bit where Brad Pitt's like, oh well, he gets on base.
yeah, I had seen clip after clip of this movie for years, and I finally just watched the whole thing today, and it was solid. Very
Don't
solid.
make me point to Pete. Why do we want to hire this guy? He gets on base.
Just
It
from
does
the name,
have a pretty depressing ending though, because nothing really works out in the end when you think about it.
just from the name alone, I thought you were talking about what's that Bill Murray bowling movie? I thought that was. Oh, God
I
damn
do
it.
not know of it.
I've
Time
never
to the
might
seen
be
Gimble
a-
machine.
We're about to get a boomer reference right here.
Well, of course. That's all I'm good for on this show. Why is
It
my
would not
space bar
be
working? There we go.
a shrimp conversation without Cody making a reference to something that no one else picked up.
Why was I thinking of Kingpin?
Kingpin.
Moneyball, Kingpin. I don't know.
It is a good time of year to be watching some baseball
Basketball.
movies.
Yeah, really good. Right, even if you don't like baseball, it's worth watching.
All right. The last thing I have listed here under media check-in. This isn't really a media check-in, but shout out to Kanye West, who apparently wants to buy
Jesus.
fucking Parlor.
Deep in.
Can I just say, like, how badly conservatives in America have wanted a black celebrity to like back them and like fully like say that they're conservative, and then the dude turns out to be just like a raging anti-Semite, just like schizo posting on Twitter.
Like, someone's got to like get him under control, but like I don't know who to go
He spent
to.
how many years with the Kardashians and like completely mentally broke down.
It's
That'll
it's
happen.
like a
Yeah.
movie. It's crazy. Anyway, shout out to everyone on Parlor.
Nah,
Yeah,
shout out to
we'll be
Kanye.
seeing you.
Oh.
I think they'll love their platform being owned by a minority.
No, he's an anti-Semite, so it kind of like evens out.
That's fair.
you
So
know?
they'll love him. No, it's like those
They're
weird like
you know what? I don't really like where he comes from, but he is based. You know, we'll give him a pass.
it's like those weird I forget what her name is. There's just a couple of these weird like black Republican I don't know what they are, but politicians of some sort. Like, what are you doing? You're on the wrong side. Anyway,
No, it's
with
big
that, we're
money
going to
to be
fan
made,
mail.
We'll
man.
see. We'll see.
Big money. There's money in that shit.
Send in your fucking mail.
Yo, you gotta send it in.
fucking hands slap. Send in your fucking mail.
Send 'em in,
Send
guys.
them in, guys. Put your fucking hands slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails.
You really gotta wash him after that
Welcome
segment.
to fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail.
Shout out to Herschel Walker.
I mean, I know who, but why?
Yeah, just for everything.
He's running for Senate in Georgia.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you haven't heard about that shit?
No, I'm typing this up right now.
Who is this?
He's an old
Yeah,
football
he's
player,
running
right?
for Senate
Oh.
in Georgia, on a pro-life platform, but he paid for a mistress to get an abortion. So that's
He also may not have crippling CTE, unfortunately, and he's
Uh,
running
that
for
explains
office.
it.
Jesus Christ.
That'll
So
do it.
shout out to Herschel Walker.
Yeah, he'll fit
Shout out-
right in.
Shout out to the NFL's body count. That's probably just in the thousands by now. But hey, billion-dollar industry.
Yeah, entertainment.
Yeah.
All right. We got 5 emails this week. Shout out to everyone that sent in an email. First one comes in from Keegan, and Keegan says, "Simple question: asphalt or dirt? Why?"
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're both cool. I'm not gonna like.
I watch more ass.
Definitely
I say
asphalt.
asphalt because that's what I grew up with, but dirt is a lot more complex. I think if you're, just trying to get into short track racing, I think asphalt's the way to go just because it is a little bit simpler, but dirt is more nuanced.
Dirt's where the
Yeah.
money's at right now, especially in the grassroots.
It is where the money's at, dude. Dirt racing has gotten, super lucrative.
It's also where the animals are.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Because they're
I mean-
the World of Outlaws are rolling into like some
Well, it's-
random bumfuck town every like 2 days.
Yeah.
And of course, there's gonna be like some animals there that are, they're like, oh, we get to watch sprint cars. Yeah, let me go pick from
because-
Cody's car.
Yeah,
As fair of a point as it is, let's not pretend that Daytona and Bristol and all these other NASCAR markets are just full of suit and ties in the stands. Just what a fine race!
But they exist. Like, they have the VIP section, and there are like suit and tie corporate people.
Just people
You ain't
sipping a
gonna see
cup of
that in
tea
the
with their
dirt track.
pinky up. Ooh, that was a fine overtake right there.
I would say that Daytona and Bristol, by sheer volume of like 100,000 people there, like of course there's going to be some animals, but when you have like 20,000 people showing up to like a dirt track and like
They're
wherever,
all animals.
it's like
20,000?
the saturation of animals is taken to a different level.
Hey,
I will
we're
say
more
dirt
out in the
Look
racing-
how we've circled back to Animal Planet. This is perfect.
it all
I mean,
comes
the
back
dirt,
to
dirt
animals.
tracks are more out in the woods. It's where the animals tend to be.
And that's why we love dirt track racing, man.
Honestly,
Yeah,
like, this entire podcast is just centered around Animal Planet. Like, it is
Yeah,
the thing that
that's
keeps
I
us.
mean,
Yeah, we're gonna rename it next year. Shrimp Hours presents Animal Planet. It's gonna be like every single.
Animal Planet
Episode.
presents Shrimp Hours.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, next one comes in from our friend from Down Under, Andrew R.
Down
He
under.
says, "Afternoon, all y'all. On the last episode, I think it was Cody who mentioned that he saw a sign which read, 'Please do not throw diapers or trash into tank.' Remember the porta potty sign?
Oh yeah.
Speculation then ran wild about infants. No. Google engine diapers, and you will find pictures of engine diapers, sump diapers, oil pan diapers, etc. Apparently, people use diapers in engines. So I'm gonna look this up because Andrew
It's like
told
a
me to.
filter?
Did I just feel like it depends on the fucking like the intake manifold? What the hell?
Does the car have to be a certain age for this to happen?
Oh, so these aren't actual diapers.
Well, that's not something they're gonna be thrown into a fucking porta potty. Like,
yeah,
like,
I
oh, yeah,
agree
please
with
don't
that
throw your
point.
duffel bags into the porta potty.
Oh,
please.
this is something to stop leaking oil. You put it like at the bottom of the.
No,
Anyone-
like it was like they're talking about regular like diapers in case someone goes in there like to change their baby's diaper real quick. They're not talking about giant engine duffel bags.
Duffel bags
Anyone
going
who
at the
has
bottom of the
spun
engine.
spanners in the garage at a racetrack, and especially at a dirt track, knows that dirt getting into fuel, oil, brake, or hydraulic lines is evil. Also, various diapers and transport keep your engine from completely greasing your truck or trailer. I mean, that makes sense. They're also sometimes a safety item, as they may keep parts and shards of pieces from flying through the meat bag of a driver in the event of a catastrophic failure.
I'm not disputing that these engine diapers exist. What I'm saying is I believe that sign in that porta potty was referring to just normal diapers,
Yeah.
not those damn engine duffel bags.
Yeah, unless they got something really different in Australia, I don't see anyone putting this into the blue juice.
Somebody would
Busted.
definitely do that, though. That is definitely happened.
So I'm just picturing like someone's oil filter breaks, it's leaking, so it's like, all right, let's just fucking grab a Depends and just duct tape it on there real quick and
Just
call
throw
it a
one of
race.
these guys in the porta
Yeah, somebody
potty.
get the huggies. Get the huggies.
How much is one of those? Like, how much is? Did you see like a price tag on
This
one
one
of
right here is $1,225.
You're not
Oh
throwing that
yeah,
in a
yeah.
porta
Let's throw that in a
potty.
porta
Yeah.
fucking potty. Great idea.
Yeah, these are all like Oh, this one's like $200.
Please don't throw your used transmissions and tires into the porta potty, please.
If we're wrong, Andrew, let us know.
We'd really
Let us know next
appreciate it.
episode.
Guys, I dropped my engine manifold in the shitter. Please help.
All right. Next one comes in from Doggo. What's up, Doggo? This is the Fall Guy. Hashtag save Fall Guys. Hard Hat Doggo 21.
Save
The
Fall
long
Guys.
overdue man fail delivery. Yeah, shout out to Fall Guys for being
Did you
dead.
say man fail?
And fail. There
That's
it
what he
is.
wrote. I'm
Okay,
reading what he
okay, okay.
This guy.
We gonna get straight to the question. What is the worst movie or TV show that you've seen ever? Like with little to no redeeming qualities at all, bottom of the barrel stuff. Give me something you can really rant about. Much love, boys. Thanks, Doggo.
Hot.
The Last Jedi.
Oh. Is that the worst movie you've ever seen?
That is the worst movie I've seen that I like literally wanted my money back and I didn't even finish the whole thing.
Whatever
leave?
one. Bro, oh, I got it.
I mean, to the same note. I mean, during whatever episode 9 is, like, I was laughing at parts you shouldn't be laughing at, and it's just like
Rise of Skywalker.
Hey, when
Yeah,
Princess Leia is flying through space while she's
Yes.
fucking dead,
oh, dude,
who writes this stuff?
Wait, can I get a clip of that?
dude, it's
She was
That's what-
She
dead.
literally dies, gets sucked out into space, and then what happens? I forget what happens. She
She
starts
uses her
swimming.
fucking magical space power, force powers to fucking
Swim
wheel
around.
herself. Yeah, she swims back on board the ship, which has a giant hole in it, and is magically fine.
dude. everybody
I
in the
turned the
theater
shit
knew-
off. I really did.
everybody in the theater knew that like that was the dumbest movie moment of all time, like hands down.
Oh, the one that got me was in The Last Jedi, where Finn is like barreling towards this like cannons, like threatening to destroy the rebel base or whatever. And it like builds up, the music swells and everything, like he's gonna sacrifice himself to like take out this cannon to defend the resistance and everything. And it's like this great big narrative arc. And then here comes Rose, swoops in and hits him from the side, and oh, so you killed both of you, and have accomplished nothing. And it's like, oh no, they're both fine. They get out and they like make out or whatever. And I'm just like, they should be dead. You can't hit
Yes.
somebody at a 90-degree angle with a fucking fighter jet and fucking live. Like, what the fuck?
Did they
Knock it off.
did they kill Leia eventually? Does she die? I forget.
Natural cause.
Right, because like one of my
like
favorite
Jeffrey
things about 7 is that they actually are like, hey, here's this character that you all love. He's back. He's playing a big role. He's fucking dead.
And he's dead.
It was great. I love that moment. And then the rest of the series is just like, oh, everyone's fine. Everything's gonna end up great. Luke Skywalker is friggin' teleporting an image of himself here. He's not actually there. He's fine. It's like,
But he still dies
Puss.
anyway.
how does he
So-
die again? Does he die because he like?
Because he
his image
overexerted
there.
himself. And
Yeah, it's like-
with a projection, and then he dies afterward. Like, I don't know. It's fucking
Projects
stupid.
himself there. They shoot the projection, and then it's like, psych, he's projecting, so he's not dead. But because he projected, he's dead. Like, okay. Anyway,
Projected too
Rusty.
hard. son.
Have you finished Jaws 3 while we're
Not
on the
yet.
topic of bad movies?
Not yet. Not
Holy
yet.
oh
shit.
man,
You need to finish Jaws 3. It is the worst movie you'll ever watch.
I think a lot of my passion about bad movies comes from like it has to be geared towards Star Wars because they absolutely fucked it. Like it's just indefensible, inexcusable. Like,
I mean, this goes back to like episode 2 on the podcast, I think, where I was talking about how the MCU is like everybody views it as like, oh, this is greatest fucking franchise ever. I was like, no, just their competition fucking sucks. The MCU is just
DC fucks
competently
it.
done, and it like actually tells a competent story. It's just Star Wars sucks, DC sucks, Transformers sucks. They all suck, and
Transformers
like
really was a tragedy.
they just can't tell a competent story. But you know, MCU can, so everybody thinks they're like the greatest thing ever or whatever. But there's the movies are just kind of like okay, like it's good enough to get the job done. I'm not going to say that they're bad.
but they didn't fuck it like everyone else did.
Yeah, they didn't fuck it like every single other fucking franchise, and what they did to Star Wars should be a war crime, and I want to see J.J. Abrams tried at The Hague.
All right. On that note, next email. Next one comes in from T-Bone. What's up, T-Bone? T-Bone says, "Hello, Shrimps. Hope you're doing well on the last episode of the podcast." Yeah, this is the last one.
Yeah,
right?
this is the last one.
Slap, I hope you finally started washing your hands. It's starting to get cold now, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit cold outside. Get a little bit dicey now.
My question for this week: who are your favorite back marker drivers of all time in NASCAR and or F1?
Stanton Barrett.
Why?
Because he would always he never had a sponsor, so he would like rock like whatever like random ass paint job he wanted to, and that car always popped on the track. And so I would like race home from school on Fridays just so I could watch Stanton Barrett try to like pull a lap real quick and like see what kind of goofy ass paint scheme he had.
I'm
Stanton Barrett. What's up?
I'm kind of halfway between actually liking Nicholas Latifi and just liking him for the memes of him being ass. But like he's from my city. Like I know where he went to high school. Like it's cool to have that at the top level of motorsport in F1, but also he's a joke. But seeing him run and finish P9 at Suzuka, what a beast. Shout out to Latifi. He might be my current favorite soon to be without an F1 ride driver. Shout out to the
other
goat.
Shrimps.
Yeah.
Favorite back markers? Who we got?
Just the first one I can think of off the top of my head. Probably Josh Bilicki, just because he's a fellow Wisconsin boy and seems like a nice dude.
And his name is Blicky. It's pretty sick.
Blicky.
I'm gonna say Mike Harmon. God bless Mike
thick
Harmon.
boy.
The OG thick boy.
God's fluffiest
Love me
soldier.
some Harmonator.
Rusty.
All right.
Anybody on the NASCAR side that runs for BJ, shout out to them. F1 side, I mean, just based off recency, Daniel Ricciardo. Please come to NASCAR. Please
Back
come to
marker.
NASCAR, Daniel Ricciardo.
Rusty just called him a back marker.
He's not wrong. Where's the
That's
lie?
tough. That is tough.
Got
All
his
right.
ass.
The last question for this week comes in from Harley Payne, and Jesus Christ, it is hefty again. Hello Shrimps, how we doing? Okay. He's been enjoying listening to the show on his weekly drives to and from Georgia Southern and his home about an hour away. Currently working through a backlog of the episodes I missed. Never fails to amaze. Thank you. Slap, you make fantastic YouTube comment, but I can't help but feel it's been tainted by the Martinsville bathroom germs. Maybe if Mark Martin would have washed his hands one more time, he could have won the 1992 Hooters 500. Okay.
That wouldn't have won in the championship, but okay.
Okay, the actual question. If y'all were going out and getting a meal together and you could summon food from any person or restaurant, ignoring health and price, what would you order? Personally, he wants parm crusted chicken from Longhorn Steakhouse.
I had to go get another 40 Taco Bell tacos for the Shrimps.
Oh yeah, we did buy 40 Taco Bell tacos and brought them to Road America.
Taco Bell, but that was fucking clutch.
I forget, like, I think we had food, but we didn't feel like making a fire to cook it. And we're just like, it's raining, it sucks. Let's just go to bring some Taco Bell to the track. I'll tell you what, this is probably gonna, I don't know, no one watches this show. Not Cheddar's, definitely not Cheddar's. Fucking crap, dude. After Daytona, I was hanging out with Trace and Ben in Orlando, and it was gonna be our like last dinner of the trip.
The last supper of the Shrimps.
We played a ton of disc golf. We're all tired, and I'm looking on Google Maps, and I'm like, oh, dude, there's like a cool the Lebanese restaurant up across the street. Love me some Lebanese food, and these two old white bastards like, oh no, we'll go to Cheddar's. We went to Cheddar's and it was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I don't think Trace got halfway through his steak. That was a big mistake, ordering a steak from Cheddar's. I got tenders and they were just watery. It was not a good time. So not Cheddar's. Sorry, Cheddar's. It was a tough look. The correct answer is probably Waffle House.
I was gonna say it's Waffle House.
Dude, I miss it.
Waffle House.
I wish I had it here.
Dude, yes.
Like, in our Daytona trip, we went to what, 4 different Waffle Houses 5 different times in that week that we were there. Fantastic. And like,
we had
such a vibe too.
And we had a magical experience at like 2 a.m. coming from the Waffle House. So shout out to that Daytona Waffle House on I don't even know what that's
when all of these bastards were asleep. And it was Saturday night.
Slap
and
literally
do
declined
anything.
the invite, and he had no idea what was about to go down.
Slap literally was like, "Hey, bring me back some hash browns though, because I want to eat them." And CMR, shout out to CMR, brought him back to the hotel, and Slap was passed out.
I'll sleep.
I sleep.
I partied hard enough.
6 p.m. every night.
I partied hard enough for like 5 people on that
Fuck
first
you,
few
Rusty.
nights.
You
So
went
I
to
was
sleep at like
out.
7. You went to sleep at 7 p.m. at Road America.
On one night.
Here's the thing about Daytona is I literally fell asleep in the middle of that Xfinity race because it was ass, and I was tired through it the whole day. But it was fucking Saturday night, and I was gonna rally, and you know who's got my back? Waffle House, because I got a waffle and a coffee and some hash browns, and I rallied, and then we went out after that and had a good time. So shout out to Waffle House. The waffles are great. The potatoes are great. The meat's great. The sandwiches are great.
Hash
the
browns
vibes.
are really fucking good. Smothered and covered. If you don't like smothered and covered, you're a fucking communist.
I remember smothered and covered because you made me order that shit so you could eat it when you woke up. Anyway, that's the correct answer to the question.
No,
I got
one.
Oh,
I got one. So I can summon anyone from anywhere, right?
yeah.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Are you
Rusty?
gonna bring up like? No, Rusty knows you're gonna bring up like round meal or something.
We're
Like,
gonna get Vienna sausage.
My last 3 days in Japan 2019, I stopped by this family restaurant, and they have okonomiyaki, which is basically like a pancake with like cabbage and beef in it, and like sandwich in between like another like battered pancake, and they smother it in like this okonomiyaki sauce and like this white sauce on top of it, and like some crushed up seaweed. And they put that out there, and they give it to you on a plate, and it's still sizzling and everything. And they give you a big, tall fucking beer. And like this family is like just chilling there. Their kids are like playing off on the side or whatever. And I was able to eat that, and just in this random place in Kanazawa on the West Coast. And I had that, and it was fucking phenomenal, dude. That is the best food I've ever had in my life. And if they're still in business, I'd love to go back to Kanazawa one day and just sit down and like have another one of those with a big, tall fucking Kirin beer.
see, okay, now that you bring that up, I want to put in a classy answer too, because I understand the Waffle House is a bit of like the nasty answer, but the classy answer for me,
There's nothing wrong with Waffle House though.
It's true, but like if I think of like the greatest food I've ever eaten, when I was Jesus Christ, when I was like 7, I think we went to I think I was 7. It was the first time I went to China. We were in Beijing, and these like crazy rich friends and my mom were like, "Yo, we're gonna take you to like the best of the best Peking duck restaurant in the world." And it was it was, dude, as a 7-year-old like big boy who loved eating, oh my god, that was heaven. They bring it, it's like the like 4-course like duck meal, and at the end they bring out the duck soup, and the duck soup is phenomenal. It's like they boil the bones down so hard to like they boil it for so long that the broth is just white with just duck bone goodness, and they got the meat in there, and
Tons
phenomenal. I was like, I just remember being a kid and being like, this is the greatest thing in the world as far as food goes. Anyway.
Well, I gotta say, I'm a simple man. I thought we were gonna discuss like maybe getting sushi with like the conveyor belt going on. I just get plates on plates on plates racked up.
Wait, did you go to sushi with us, Rusty, when we went to Daytona?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man,
No, that was just me, you, and Ben.
But
yeah.
like I'm a simple man. if they got Yingling on tap served in pitchers, and you can get like good chicken wings that are like grilled and deep fried, and they got a good like a sauce on them, like that's all I need. That's all I need with the boys. If we get all like bunch of us together, that's all I need. That's the dream. Is just wings, beer, and just chilling. Like that's the dream.
Another thing, if you ever go to Japan, get tonkatsu ramen from Ichiran Ramen. It's like a chain restaurant. They're open 24 hours a day.
Oh.
Dude, I had that like for breakfast. Dude, it is this thick slice of pork. It's like as thick as a goddamn pork chop, but you like bite into it and it's super tender and tastes like fucking bacon. It has to be like super bad for you, but it's so fucking good.
There's some solid tonkatsu.
And the broth, like you said, like they cook it for like literally like 18 hours, and it's just like white. Almost white.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
And it's so like thick, rich, and creamy, and it's just it like blows your mind.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude, this is like peak ramen. I'll never be able to eat like ramen from the grocery store ever again.
Dude, I think we've just made all of our viewers hungry as fuck. And you know what? Good on them. Go eat something. If you want to send us that was the last email. Thank you to Harley for sending that question. That was a solid one. If you want to send us a question or comment or stuff for us to read on the podcast, if it's not long and it's not stupid, we will read it. ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com.
This is
thanks
the
to everyone
criteria.
sent in stuff. I mean, yeah, that's
don't
it.
be long, don't be stupid.
Just send them in, guys. And well, with that,
What do we name this beast?
There was a
yeah.
good segment during Animal Planet that Cody brought up.
What was that?
Awesome on the porch.
are we talking about the scooters?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Graveyard.
Rusty, what is it? Which one?
I wish I wrote it down when I heard it because it was the perfect title.
Oh no.
What was it about?
I don't remember.
No, what do you mean? I don't remember.
What do you mean?
Man.
What did Cody bring up on Animal
Scooter
Planet?
Graveyard, possum on the porch, big rat energy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help us.
All
Rusty.
right, either way, we got to pick one. We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds till the song's over, so put your brains to it.
Yeah,
Just sit here for the whole time and listen to the
Big
song.
rat energy, possum on the porch.
What was like central to the conversation?
I feel like it could have been scooter related, but I don't remember.
The Animal Planet episode.
Yeah, brothers.
That's every episode.
Yeah, that is every episode. The piles of discarded scooters is pretty solid.
The Scooter Graveyard.
Scooter Graveyard. Let's just go with it.
I might have to do it.
I hate it. I hate.
I think that
when
is
we're
what
not
Rusty
super
was
solid
talking
on
about
it.
though, because he was laughing the hardest. I remember when I
There
was
was
talking
like
about
there was a good
discarded
two-word-
scooters.
Yeah, there was something in there that made me pop, and I don't remember what it was.
Maybe I'll go back
We
to the
haven't-
footage and find a better quote, but it'll probably be something scooter related.
I'm gonna name this one in post.
Scooter related.
Are we gonna name this one in post?
No, it's gonna be. It's okay. It's gonna be.
No, don't put this on me. I'm trying to help. Scooter related.
It's gonna be Scooter Graveyard unless there's something funnier that Rusty remembered or thought about but then forgot about. That's it. That was episode 14.
Rusty's Biden moment.
Oh my. Alison's feet.